G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, something that I'm actually really excited about. What we're going to be checking out is one of the most, I guess, crazy looking drone designs I've ever seen. This is the part 2 review, the flight review, the good stuff of the Jadina from Moka Quads. Now if you want to see part 1 where we put this thing on the bench, look at the text and the specs, I mean look at it, it looks absolutely crazy. A little card should be popping up here, and essentially to give you the quick rundown, think of a quad with vertical arms, forward tilted motors, and also like some V-tail sort of props, so the props are facing inwards and the front ones are sort of facing on an angle outwards. So I'm going to say this thing is about to have a crazy flight experience. I have no idea how it's going to go, so let's waste no time, let's jump out to the field, rip it around, we'll head over to Grumpy Trev, crash test Cal, show you some HD footage and my impressions, and we'll hit it with Speed Gun Sally and find out, is this Moka Jadina, is it onto something with its crazy design, or is it more just, I guess, crazy thinking and less, I guess, practicality? Anyway, that's what we're here to find out. Let's cut out to the field and have some fun and find out in 3, 2, 1. Woo! Radio out here in the field, about to rip it around with the Jadina from Moka Quads, whatever it is. Pretty excited because I honestly have no idea how it's going to fly. Doing some really, I guess, just different stuff. Anyway, we'll show you guys some HD footage, and we'll hand over to Grumpy Trev, crash test Cal, see what they think, and then if the weather holds up, we'll also hit it with the speed gun. All right, let's do it. Okie dokie, we're going to jump into a couple of different clips and then we'll be back to where you saw us flying, but this is like the week prior when I was doing some more testing with it, and you can see, look, it's still got plenty of poke, it zips around very fast, and it just feels completely different in the air. That's the thing I want to get across first. And look, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but when I was trying to sort of showcase and put my skills through this quad, I found it flew so differently. It was like my skills were sort of gone back. The stick movements that I wanted to do it, the quad wasn't responding in the same way. So it was still responding to my stick movements, but you can see I just, clipped out, drifted out there. It was still responding to my stick movements, but not in the way that I was predicting, which sort of is definitely going to take any pilot, if they've got some experience with quads, it's going to take them, I reckon, a fair bit of stick time to get used to how this quad just behaves so differently in the air, and especially when it comes to your throttle management. Because you've got those forward tilted motors, you've got a lot more thrust, I guess, pressing in the horizontal plane, less in the vertical plane. So I found, for me, it took also some getting used to for that thrust management, because there's so much stuff going on here. We've got the vertical arms, which I think play the least amount of difference. I kind of like vertical arms. Then we've got the tilted motors, which make the throttle management, make it feel a little bit quicker. It just wants to go. You have to have your camera tilt, I guess, tilted right down. And then on top of that, where it goes really crazy is where we've got that sort of V-tail on the back, the props facing outwards and inwards respectively, to the front and the back. It is very, very strange to actually try to fly this thing around. Now, what I think people will need to do, I think for me, because I am so used to flying normal quads, that's why it felt so different. I just wasn't used to it and what it was going to do. But maybe for some other pilots who, I guess, don't have maybe some years of stick time, it's not going to feel quite as strange. It's almost like trying to drive a car and something about it is just off, or just not, I guess, what you're used to. Because look, this is so different. The thinking behind this frame is, I guess, just next level. It's really trying some different ideas, and not just one, but so many of them. So look, I'm trying my best to sort of showcase this thing and push it around, but with my skills and I guess my time on the sticks behind with this quad, I think it does do something special. And there was no oscillations or anything like that, but it feels really weird, especially in the turns. The sticks sort of aren't corresponding to what I was expecting it to do, and overall, I guess that's why I'm struggling to describe how this quad flew, because it was very, very strange indeed. And I think for those people out there who are after a bit of a project, they want something special that looks very different and also handles different for, I guess, a bit of just something for a bit of fun. This is going to be a great quad, but if you're just wanting to get something out of the box, build it, rip it around, that's going to be sort of a race-ready monster, well, then I'm going to say this one, I would probably be giving it a miss if that was my end goal. So overall, to sum it up, very, very strange quad to fly around. I do like the look of it. What we should do, let's hand it over to Crash Test Cal and Grumpy Trev and see what they think about it as well, because I think they've got some interesting things to say as well. Rightio, Cal, this is the Jadina from Moka Quads. What do you think about this one?
It's a truly unique frame. It's got a lot of angles, and I have no idea how this is really going to perform. It looks mean as hell.
You're a fan of the looks?
Oh, I love the look, and I saw you hovering it before, and just the angled props and everything, it just looked really mean. It looked fantastic. Just don't know how it's going to go, if vibration, because I know vibration has been a a problem for this type of quad before with the vertical arms, but I guess we'll give it a test and find out.
Let's do it. Alrighty, Cal, I'm just going to go and get a takeoff shot as you can sort of hover there so we can see what it looks like, because it does look pretty cool in the air. Then I'm going to come back, alright?
Alrighty.
Huh, wait. Yeah, hover. Alrighty. Okie dokie, Cal. Give me your impressions, mate. How's it feel on the sticks?
This feels like a project for someone that's been into quads for a while. And
what do you mean by that?
I mean, I think you're going to have to spend a little bit of time tuning this to get it just right, because it just feels a little bit off at the moment. Yeah, look,
Hang on, we got like a massive train behind us.
Gee, that's loud. I don't feel game enough to be doing hard, precise movements with it, because I'm just not quite sure how it's going to react. Yeah, it's not a tight setup at the moment, so it needs to have a bit of tuning. Someone who's a bit of a master, because I've never messed with these V-tail kind of setups before. It does feel different. The power plant on it seems nice, seems to be working well, but I just don't seem to have the precision to be able to fly totally competently and confidently. I'm not getting a terrible amount of oscillation. A little bit on some of the hard turns when you're combining yaw and roll, but I think it just needs to be in the hands of a good PID tuner and who can spend half a day with it. I think you could probably get this dialed in. But you know, I'm still a bit unsure about its durability, how it's going to hold up in a crash with those the arm setup it's got on it. But who knows, it could be a tank.
Alright. So I guess sum this up, what's Cal's famous 4 words?
I just crashed.
Good landing.
I just crashed. That's 3, mate. That's 3.
I ran the battery out again.
What was your 4 words, Trev?
I just crashed.
Be prepared to work.
Okay,
you're gonna have to
prepared to work. Alright, nice.
You're going to have to put a bit of work into it.
Alright.
Cal crashed. Not I just.
That's 3. That's 3, mate. That's still 3, Trevor. You just want to make me do more work. Look at him. No, that's it.
Cal just crashed.
PG, we're running away. Well, Cal's battery's a little bit warm. All right, crash test, Cal. I like how you are living up to the name, but I guess, yeah, what did you think? Some final thoughts?
That was a controlled landing, not a crash. But...
Okay, controlled landing, Cal.
Look, it's a beautiful frame. It's made with, you know, some really great quality carbon. The one that's been sent to us has great quality components. We've got some beautiful Emax motors on it, the light spec ones. Look, it's...
Are you going to be buying one?
You know, it's unique enough where I'd like to have it in my quiver, but you know, I'd wait.
I'm sensing some hesitation.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a bit of a headache unless you're really competent at PID tuning and troubleshooting and just kind of ironing out the small faults that some of these aircraft have. You're going to have a hard time with this one because it's got unique geometry, and you know, that poses a bit of a challenge even for a beta flight, I imagine. So yeah, it's unique, it's great.
What do you think Trevor's going to say?
I think he, I don't know, I wouldn't dare try to presuppose. There'll be a few swear words, I reckon. But...
Yeah. All right, GT, you heard desync Cal, crash landing Cal, controlled landing Cal have his flights. What do you think about the Jadina Moka?
Well,
it sounds like a coffee, I reckon.
It does a bit, I suppose. It does look unique. Having heard the comments that you used to have made when you're flying it, I just think you're whinging. But it looks good.
You like the look?
Yeah, look, I like anyone that innovates in this industry, and this is very innovative. So I can't wait to give this a go. It really looks really weird to look at, and especially when it's flying. So, but that's not a bad thing. It's unique. So let's whack a battery on it and see if I can destroy it.
No, let's not break it, but you can fly it. Alrighty, GT. I'm somehow feeling more confident with you flying this than the Desync Master.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's a bit. Geez, it turns funny. Oh gee whiz, this is certainly different. Okay, well, this is certainly different to fly. So.
What do you mean by that?
Well, this is so different to fly. Look, it's turning okay, but wow, it is so different. It's different. Yeah, it's very, very different.
All right, so we've said that 3 times.
Yeah. Did I? Did I say it's different?
Yeah.
Look, the props are a bit annoying. I just see them in the... They're really funny how you see them. It's not like normal. You can see more of the prop instead of just the edge. I'm not finding this too hard now.
What, so you think it just took a bit of practice?
Yeah, look, just took a few laps to understand how this thing flies. Yeah, I don't mind it now.
What, so we're changing our tune?
Yeah, look, it's like anything. It's probably hopping into a car and it's just got a different gearbox in it, and it's not bad at all. And now I'm ripping it around, I'm quite liking it. It's probably just the adjustments to the PIDs, just getting used to those, but I tell you what, it is unique. I don't mind flying this at all now.
So what do you think changed then? Why you didn't like it to start with and now you're enjoying it?
Well, yeah, because I couldn't, it was a little bit, I just got used to the sticks, I guess. I don't mind it at all, it flies okay, but you need a bit of practice on this though to get really fast with it. Like it is very, very manoeuvrable. It really turns quick.
Who do you think this is aimed at?
Very advanced pilots.
Okay.
But look, it looks strong anyway. I don't really mind it. It's not something I'd rush out and buy though. It's not my type of something I'd fly every day, but it's great to be able to fly something like this. Something that's innovative. I reckon the guys that are designing this thing they're really thinking outside the box.
All right.
It's great.
I'm going to run over and get it. All right, Trev, final thoughts of the Moka before we hit it with the speed gun.
Well, look, I found this thing very, very precise to fly. Unlike our standard quads that we fly, this thing, it turned on just a blip of the sticks.
Yeah.
Once I got used to that, actually it was quite alright to fly. But it's not my piece of cake, but I think this thing would be quite fast. So.
All right. What's the Grumpy Trev rating out of 10 in terms of, I guess, flight performance?
Look, flight performance, I reckon it's going to be up there. I wouldn't like to disgrade it for that, so I'd give this thing a 9.
And what about value for money out of 10? What do you reckon?
Look, value for money is about a 7. There's a lot of thick carbon in this. It's well made, but it is
it's up around the $100 mark, so yeah, it's definitely getting up there.
It's probably a special audience that this is after, you know, someone that is really into flying this sort of stuff and they want to spend a bit of time trying to tune it. So.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trev. Rightio, gents, time for the speed gun. It is a little bit windy, but how fast do you think the Jadina is going to go miles per hour? Cal, Trev, what do we reckon?
Whoa.
One number.
One number.
One number, what do you reckon?
105, that's actually 3 numbers.
Okay, 105 miles per hour, Cal.
I'm saying 85.
And I'm going to go 90 today. All right, ready to suit up?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we're about to give the Moka a speed run. Truly, I don't know how it's going to go. It felt like it was a relatively heavy quad in the hand, and it had 2205 Emax light spec motors on it. Now we've got a bit of wind here today as well, so we're going to try to get it going sideways to the direction of the wind, so that the wind plays less of a role in the result that we get. It's really hard to know what we can expect from this thing. All right, let's do it. See what the Moka can do. Come on, Moka, send it. 81 mile an hour. All right, 87. I said 85, so it's faster than what I thought it was going to be. I like those light spec motors. 82. 95 we got. 95, that surprises me. 2207s, I think we're going to get in faster with this thing. All right, we got 91. We're getting close to 100 mile an hour with this thing, so that's surprising. All right, here we go. 91 again. I think he wants a fight. All right, come on. You want to fight? I'll break your arms. Yeah, come on. Come on. Yeah, nothing. Come on. Come on. I'll take your head off. Come on. Come on, come on. Ah, you ain't nothing. Here, sweet, come on. Whoa. Oh, come on. Ooh. Come on, come on. Ooh. I will take you out. That's what I did. Oh.
fast did we get?
94.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Most around 90, 91.
Okay. Alrighty, so there it is. There's my part 2, I guess, the flight review of the Moka, or the Jadina from Moka Quads. I still don't have the name down pat. And overall, look, is this going to be the quadcopter for everybody? I'm going to say absolutely not. I love its design and I love what they're trying to do and trying something different. But in my, in all these things, it handles so differently, and it doesn't really handle like a traditional quadcopter that we're used to. The Betaflight's made to tune to, all that sort of stuff. So look, maybe if you're a master tuner, you could get something that flew very well, but it's still going to fly very differently. I mean, with everything that's going on here, it still went pretty fast. It's still got plenty of power, but it is a totally different flight experience that for me, I'm just not used to. So maybe a new pilot, they're not going to have those previous expectations. They might adapt a little bit better. But I think for most people, it's going to feel a little bit too different than what they're sort of after. So it's definitely a passion project for those people who want to try something different. But as far as like an everyday racer is going to go, I'm going to say this is not really the one. There's some faster, I guess, more standardized quads out there. But regardless, I love what they're trying to do. Keep it up, Moka Quads. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And we need these sorts of frames in the industry. We need some innovation and trying different things to find out what works and what doesn't work. Anyway, what do you guys think? Drop your comments down below. Subscribe for more FPV related content. Go check out Moka frames, and as always, happy flying. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAVfutures family, there's things like bonus velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying.